You know, as much as I've been talking about this person that's been to prison, Monica R. Cummins, or I can't make out the last part of her name, having her caseworker's number, her living in my apartment, the complex, which I live here 4 years, getting kicked out for selling drugs, getting placed in another apartment, already having half of the people on her list of selling drugs over there. Me telling the story of how she broke into my email and changed my email and password, looking at me on my surveillance camera from her house, telling the caseworker on her answering service of how I paid for almost a year every month, giving Monica $900 for crack. You know, that lady hadn't called me yet, and I'm thinking, because it's a long weekend, that she was probably going to call me Tuesday. It's Wednesday now. Have heard nothing from her name is Baker. I don't have the oh, here it is. Joe Baker is her caseworker. Number is 602-507-6331. I don't know if she's a caseworker or probation officer. She says she's been to jail already, prison. You know, that lady ain't called me yet. For such a serious accusation of someone that's on public aid, look like you would call a person and ask them to prove whatever he's saying about her client. That lady hadn't called me yet. If I had only her to rely on, trying to notify that this girl is not doing the right thing, I think that she would slip through the cracks. But nevertheless, I know that she's not my only outlet. I've already called Drug Task Force. I've already got a restraining order on her and her bald head, Mr. Clean looking boyfriend, when he delivered dope over to her old apartment, which is where I live, with his fingerprints on my stolen papers from Cox Home Life security system. How they got access to my surveillance camera, and an open bag of dope, and the landlord seeing all of it, taking pictures of it, and we talking to the police after he left. I've heard nothing from that lady. I don't know, maybe she's Monica's customer too. I don't know. You know, I don't want to say for sure, but it seems like when you make an accusation like that towards a person and you can prove everything. I'm sitting up here with her number. When it pops up, when somebody's looking at your footage on your surveillance camera, you usually have your number up there. It usually have the person, it usually supposed to be my number. When I'm outside my house, I could see what's going on in my house from wherever I'm at. Instead of having my number, it has Monica's number up there. So she's so dumb, she left an electronic paper trail. I have all this stuff to show her caseworker. Haven't heard from my caseworker. So it tells you a lot about what's going on. So nevertheless, I guess once she see this on YouTube, if it gets on there, or Facebook, which I've been having more trouble getting things on YouTube, and the part of Facebook, I don't know if it's seen by the public or not. I just don't feel well enough to go to my friend, the Marine downstairs, and see if any of this stuff that I put on YouTube and Facebook is seen by the public. I just don't feel that well because I'm rehabbing. I've been clean a month, but I also been clean 5 years, so I'm on the trail of doing that again. I'm really disgusted with every dope dealer in Phoenix anyway, so they've did me a favor, starting me spending on the first coming up $900 with Monaco on dope. I'm gonna spend $900 and buy me some clothes and update my clothes and try to look like a decent person again, because it's I've been putting that on the back burner for quite a while, over a year. So they did me a favor. But you know, a lot of times when you tell somebody you want to quit up here, this is what happened to you. Every time you buy some clothes, they figure that you spending their money. Every time you say you want to quit, they always fucking with you. So I'm not gonna go through no long drawn out thing with Monica, because this even this guy Trouble, Monica fought his girlfriend. I'm not gonna go through that with him, because whenever I see him, he through. You know, because he's still every now and then throwing rocks at my door like the Black Ernest D. Bass, trying to set me up where I come downstairs, you got 2 or 3 people with baseball bats. And as soon as I see him, ain't nobody gonna keep me off his ass. I don't see why so many other people follow that dumb motherfucker trying to rob me. Cause they dumb as hell. I done foil every robbery that they tried to do to me, every crime that they tried to do to me. They some stupid motherfuckers, all of them. They ain't got enough courage to go out and rob a Circle K or something like that. But what it is they find out what you get a month, and they feel like they can exploit you out of something. It ain't happening. It ain't happening with me. I wouldn't give you a damn thing. I don't care if you had some pliers on my balls. I ain't getting you a damn thing. But nevertheless, boy, payback is a motherfucker. See, I'm on the right side of the law now, and them boys been watching after me. Man, I walk to Circle K, man, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and every time I look around, there's a police there. I walk in the daytime, going to Fry's. Every time I look around, there's a police there. Man, I feel like I'm in the hands of Allstate Insurance. They, cause I've been waving at them for 4 years. They don't know who I am, but I wave at them and I give them the respect that I know that they're protecting the community and they're protecting me. It means a lot. I bet you I'll be the last one to get shot when they come through the door on some kind of robbery or something. I bet you. But cause they say, oh no, don't shoot him. He's the black guy. They always waves at people. But I don't disrespect them by doing anything wrong in the community, because the streets are theirs, and they are one of the biggest gangs in Phoenix, Arizona. Not in a bad way, in a positive way. You know, a lot of people, they talk about, it was another shooting by cops. Half of these people deserve it. Because if you ain't listening, see, I had some cards made, 5 Alive cards. Hold your hands up, keep your mouth closed. When he handcuff you, relax. When he push you over to the side, assist him of pushing you over to the side, keep your mouth closed. When he gets the scene secure and asks you something, you talk to him without breaking eye contact, and you will come out a lot better. And I took that to Channel 3, along with the proof of why these people were dying at the VA, and they played like I was Bin Laden, and I never got a chance to tell them that I had made these cards and hats saying I'd support Phoenix police. I gave it to a police that worked at Fry's store, all the hats, leather hats that cost me quite a bit of money, saying I support Phoenix police. And I was so disgusted that I couldn't get the story told. Channel 3 covered up everything, took the phone logs and the security footage and call themselves moving with Channel 5 to combine their forces to make a better news story. And once the lime and the threat of me suing them died down, because I don't think they had an FCC license, Channel 5 didn't want them with them. And every now and then, you hear that they say they combine with Channel 5, but for the most part, Channel 5 don't want no part of them. Heidi from Channel 5 played along with the joke on me, jumped up on the desk. I don't even think she had no panties on. Like she was so scared, like I was Bin Laden. And they said the only reason they treated me like that is because someone came in with a confession of murder over the phone. Now, mind you, I just had enough. I walked out, and they were on 7th Avenue. I made a left and walked a long ways down to the light rail. They just kind of right off Glendale. No police was called. No explanation was made. I called day after day after day. I was been suicidal anyway from my military records of running my Corvette into a wall in Wisconsin. But it had too many safety features, and I just limped out of it, put the title on the dash, and went to the rehab. And so I'm telling this lady, I said, I don't know what I did. And I said, yeah, shit, y'all make a person suicidal again. And it was a lady named Stewart at Channel 3 said, my name is Stewart too, and don't do it. It's better to be above ground than under it. She was the only one that convinced me that at that time it was still worth living. And corporate didn't do anything about it. Their answer to it was to move them out of that muffler shop, which they call Channel 3 Studio, and combine themselves with Channel 5. Now this has been almost two years ago. I never got an apology from them. I called AANCP, which was probably somebody from Channel 3. He was more concerned after he got to my house at 7 o'clock at night of what time Fry's closed, and talked me out of, or convinced me that it wasn't even worth it to try to file any kind of discrimination suit. I called Governor Ducey. He had some sort of line where if something's so important, leave a message and he'll look into it. He waited until, and I thought he was a great man. I left 2 messages, and he waited until he got to Yarnell's dedication or something, said on the news. Channel 3 was covering that story. Probably told them who I was and what they did. And so he said, I ain't got time to be listening to no 2 or 3 messages. And I knew he was talking about me. See, when I told him I had the truth about the VA scandal, and it's gonna blow the roof off of this VA, they probably took it as, I just want to be open-minded. They probably thought I said I was gonna blow up Channel 3 or something. Maybe, I don't know. The way they act, when I came in with the papers in a bag and something good to say over the phone that I had taped about the Phoenix police, I'm saying maybe they thought I had a bomb and this was the detonator or something. And study them after day saying, man, we thought you said you was gonna blow up Channel 3. It would have been, the end of it would have been right there, and we both could have laughed about it. But rather than that, they put on this facade about this and that, and did so much to cover up the discrimination that it didn't make no sense. I still haven't got an apology, and it's over 2 years. Isn't that something? Thank you.